everyone. Welcome to Murder, She Watched, the podcast where we solve murders from our couches. My name's Amy Archer. I'm your host. I'm here today with someone who's surprised to be here, Amanda.
To be here. I just thought we were recording something else first and this second.
Yeah. We're recording. I need to talk about this.
Okay. I'm here to talk about this because this was fucking bonkers.
Guys, it is Sunday. You're going to hear this as soon as we're done recording it, but I woke up and I was
Timmy's
like...
on deck,
he's on
waiting
standby.
to edit.
I said to Amanda this morning, I'm like, we need to record this today. Like, I need to drop this right away. I need to talk about... I made my mother watch it last night. I have her thoughts.
Okay.
I made Penelope watch it last night. Like, I am dying over this documentary.
I was telling Priscilla about it at therapy yesterday because I was asking
to your therapist about it.
I was asking her thoughts on the idea of the psychological or emotional Munchausen.
Yes.
And she was
is
like,
a thing, right?
Yeah, she's like, yeah, I mean, she's like, it's not something that gets talked about a lot, but it makes a ton of sense. Like, it's entrapping somebody to need you desperately.
Yeah.
She's just not doing it medically. She's doing it emotionally.
So for those of you who haven't watched it yet, do not listen to this.
Put pause. Go watch. Netflix. It's real quick. It's an hour and a half. Come back and we will be here.
Yeah. And here's why. Because as we are going to go through this today, we are going to go through this with the lens of knowing who it is. Which I think made it really interesting on the second watch for me.
I should have watched it again, but that's okay.
Because I'm going to take you right through it.
Okay, good. I look forward
to it. It is bonkers.
Yeah. I want to go back and rewatch her interviews early on in the documentary. And then,
you mean where she's just sitting there pretending like she doesn't know who this is?
Right. And Owen's mom talking about her.
Yeah.
Because she knows the whole thing.
Yeah.
And she's I really liked Owen's mom.
I did too.
She's got herself a small town Karen haircut, but otherwise I'm really into her.
She brought up something at the end that I think we need to really talk about when we get there.
Cool.
All right. Are we ready?
Let's go.
Again, guys, if you have not watched, I'm going to spoil it right now.
Yes.
So the person sending these messages is Lauren's mother. Okay?
The fuck?
Get
Jesus.
that in your head as I take you through some of these messages. This is this girl's mother.
This is appalling.
You know me with the parenting, the bad parenting.
I know.
I am so set off by this. And I had to watch this and Plathville, and I just couldn't.
And then Abducted in Plain Sight.
I didn't watch that yet.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's more bad parenting.
Yes, it is. I remember the first time I saw it.
Yeah, I made Todd watch it last night. He was like, ugh.
Okay, so this is Unknown Number, The High School Catfish, Netflix 2025. This is Skye Borgman again, who we've come to know pretty well.
Yes.
I mostly liked this. I have a few criticisms. One is the scene where they get Kendra to confess.
Yes.
They should never have aired that whole thing. Because poor Lauren is sitting there. Like, it was so bad to see Lauren in that position.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing for Lauren.
Yeah.
Like, I just think they should have chopped that around where Lauren was.
Yeah.
The best they could.
But I think watching Lauren's reaction opens the question, like, what did she know and what didn't she know?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
All of the text messages in this film are real. I'm not going to do it in quite the scary robotic voice, but I will do it in a voice you'll understand.
Oh boy. Okay.
Lauren LeCarry is our primary narrator here. So this takes place in Beale City, Michigan, where there's one stoplight and 2 bars. Now, Beale City, Michigan, the population is 312 people.
God. Okay.
It is 4 square miles.
Let's talk about this school. So we meet the principal, we meet the superintendent, right?
Bill Chillman.
Yeah. We also learn that this school is one building, kindergarten to high
It's
school.
one building, K through 12.
But there's got to be multiple schools in there. Because otherwise, why do you need a superintendent and a principal if there's only one principal?
Yeah. So the way that my school system is set up, and I'm in a very small rural town, is we have an elementary school, which is K through 6, and then we have a junior senior high school, so it's 7 to 12. But grades 7 and 8 are sort of siloed into one half of the school. and the 9 through 12 is in the other. So they're in the same building, but they're
Right.
siloed within the building. So maybe
Right.
they're doing something like that. And they had their own principals.
Okay, so it's
The middle
sort of
school
three different
had their-
schools,
yeah, had
even
their
though it's
own
in
principal.
one building.
Yep.
So I'm wondering if that was the same with Beale City. Like there's an elementary principal, a middle school principal, a high school principal. Because that was
Yes.
Todd's thing immediately. Like, why do we have a superintendent and a principal if there's one principal?
I will tell you what was wild for me, and I can't even imagine that these parents didn't feel this way, was putting my 7th grader, who's what, like 11, putting them on the bus with 18-year-olds
Yeah.
going to high school. And so, like, I can only imagine you're putting elementary kids in, and that,
They're all going the same place.
knowing what my bus experience was when our bus driver used to hit on us and let us smoke out the windows, it makes me nervous. I'm like, there was a lot of shenanigans on my buses when I was growing up. Like, what is going to happen on the bus with my girls? So it was a little nerve wracking.
So for my first school, the Waldorf school, kindergarten through 3rd grade, my mom drove me to school. There was no bus. Middle
If
school.
there was a bus, it would have been made out of like cardboard and had macaroni wheels.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because it would had to have been artistic in some way, shape, or form because
Yes.
it is Waldorf.
Yes.
And then 4th through 9th grade, my bus was actually a van. Because it was private school. But my bus driver, he only had one working arm. He had another one in his sling, which is fine, but he didn't always keep the one working arm hand on the steering wheel.
Is he like Timmy? He drives with his knees?
I don't know what was happening, but my mother made multiple complaints to the school district about him because I was like, I feel like we're going to go careening off the road at any time.
Well, the minute we got on our bus in 7th or 8th grade and we saw that we had like a 22-year-old driving that bus, we were like, we're just going to run all over this guy. He has no hope. Yeah.
And then 9th grade, I walked to school because we were walkable.
Close,
And then
yeah.
by 10th grade, I had friends who drove. So I never really took like a normal school bus every day.
The bus corrupted me 100%. Yeah.
Boy. Oh, if it wasn't Jenny, it was the school bus.
Yes. So I wonder, in Beale City, if these people are putting their 6-year-olds on a bus with 17-year-olds.
Probably.
And what's that like? Okay. Anyway. So we meet Owen, Sophie, and Macy, and Sophie tells us that everyone in Beale is in everyone's business. They're all on their phones. And she says the parents are way too involved in the teen drama, which is toxic. And I could not agree with that more.
Yes.
Parents today get way too involved in the teen drama.
I agree.
Yep.
I agree.
So Owen got his first phone when he was 13, and he said it was the worst thing that ever happened to him.
I don't blame it. I mean, I would feel the same way if I were him. This really ruined his high school experience.
October 2020, I'm speechless through most of this.
Uh-huh.
October 2020, Owen and his girlfriend Lauren are invited to this big Halloween party that not only all the teens go to, but the parents do too. Lauren wasn't invited, but he invited her anyway. He said, if I'm going, you're going. So Owen is friends with the girl who throws the party. Her name is Chloe.
Right.
Lauren.
Spelled like the Kardashian, by the way.
With a K?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't notice.
Yeah. Khloe or however Khloe Kardashian spells it. Mm-hmm. Or is she a Kardashian or a Jenner? I don't know. Whichever.
Chloe.
I think it's
she's
Kardashian.
Kardashian. Yeah. Don't come here for your pop culture needs. People.
Don't come here for any Kardashian information because I got nothing.
Come here. If you're under 30, just don't come here because you'll be appalled by us.
Yes, pretty much.
So Lauren didn't want to go because Owen said, quote, she wasn't a fan of the other girls in our grade. She wanted it to just be me and her. And I was immediately like, oh, there's tension here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say, and I should ask you this. At what point throughout the doc did you, what suspects did you have in your mind? And were you surprised when it was Kendra?
I was surprised when it was Kendra. Todd immediately was like, I think it's one of the parents.
I did too.
But he was going with the dads.
Okay, I was going with Chloe's mom.
Okay.
I didn't think it was Lauren or Owen's mom, but I thought it was a mom. And only because of that famous cyber stalking case, I think it was Megan Mayer.
Yeah, but I know the one you mean, yeah.
The mother was stalking her and then she ended up
kid
dying by
took her own
suicide.
life.
Yeah.
Oh God, can you imagine? But yeah, I think Todd went with the dad, this is going to be terrible to say because of how intensely sexual the messages were. That he was like, it doesn't feel like a woman would send this and a mom would send this.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought it was Owen's mom, ever.
No,
She was
I didn't
never on my
either.
list.
I didn't either. She was not on my list.
Kendra wasn't on my list either.
No.
She looks
I looked
too
a little
mousy.
side-eyed at Sean at some points.
Yeah.
But not Kendra.
Yeah, she looks so mousy, though.
I
I'm like,
know.
you can't be a bad guy. You're too, like...
I know. But I did immediately think it was one of the parents.
Yeah.
So the messages begin about 2 weeks before the Halloween party. And here's the message. I don't know how to approach this. Lauren, it's like so angry. Owen is breaking up with you. He no longer likes you and hasn't liked you for a while. It is obvious he wants me. He laughs, smiles, touches my hair. Not sure what he told you, but he is coming to the Halloween party and we are both down to fuck. This is this girl's mother.
Well, she says it wasn't. The initial messages weren't her. It was her.
You are a sweet girl, but I know I can give him what he wants. Sorry, not sorry.
Wow.
So Chloe's the party thrower, and Owen's like, dude, did you send this message in this group chat?
Because this is really fucking unhinged.
And they were really confused. And after the party, the messages stop and things get better. And Owen says, we have a small school here. And there was really no beef between anybody. But 11 months after that message, they start again. How's the happy couple preparing for the end of the golden relationship? We hear how you are the forever couple. Some of us don't want to hear it anymore. Owen loves me and I will always be the girl he loves. He will be with me while your lonely, ugly ass is alone. Again, this is her mother.
Her mother.
Mm-hmm. This is going to hurt my throat if I keep doing this. Lauren says the text messages were trying to break us up, but we have no idea who it was. The number was unknown.
Mm-hmm.
And we would call them, but then they wouldn't answer. And then they would text us back and be like, Lo, stop fucking calling. I'm not answering. And Lauren says, Lo is my nickname.
Right. Only certain people know that.
Yes. So it had to be somebody close to me.
Oh, yeah. It's someone close to you.
It's someone who you came out of her vagina. No, her birth canal. Sorry. Amy does not know female anatomy. Sorry.
Well, that is the vagina.
I know, but yes. I should have been more specific. Came out of the birth canal.
Yes, because I think that's the thing that everyone's going to get hung up on. Birth canal versus vagina. But go on.
So Lauren and Owen met in 7th grade. They were 12. 12.
They're super cute when they were young.
Yeah, they were innocent. Poor Owen. I don't know if he's ever going to date again.
That's the other thing Todd and I were talking about. Like, how does Owen ever trust anybody again?
I don't know.
How does Lauren trust anybody again?
We meet Sean Licari and Kendra Licari. They are Lauren's parents. They say Lauren and Owen were a good match. The amount of cognitive dissonance this woman has to have during these interviews is wild.
Is wild. I really think, like,
why did she participate?
I don't know. I don't think she thinks what she did was that terrible.
On any planet, does she think she wasn't going to be hated?
I think she doesn't think what she did was that terrible.
We meet Jill and Dave. They are Owen's parents. They say Owen and Lauren had a shared love of athletics. They both were big into sports. The parents get really close, especially Jill and Kendra. Lauren and Owen dated for quite a few years. Mm-hmm. They became known as the Golden Couple. There are only 30 kids per grade in the Beale City School.
Well, of course, because there's only 12 people that live in the whole town.
So you have to employ one teacher for each subject just to teach one class? Because they're not splitting them up into 2 sections. They're just putting all 30 kids in one class.
No, but I'm going to guess there's one high school English teacher.
Oh, yeah, probably.
And maybe like 1 or 2 science teachers and 1 or 2 math teachers.
This is why you're smarter than me, because sometimes it's so obvious and I just say the stupid thing.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about it like, I mean, in my high school, I don't think our biology teacher could have taught physics. Like, they're very different. Even though they're all under the science bucket, they're all very different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Things. So I don't know.
Okay. So Owen says everyone was close and he started talking to people about this. And the kids were like little detectives. Like they started noticing that the messages were referencing things that they were talking about and doing in class.
Mm-hmm.
So they start saying things around various people to see if they end up in the messages, which I thought was really smart.
Yeah.
Now new message comes in.
Her mother.
Now's a good time to remind all of you this is her mother. It's really like escalated, right?
It's really escalated.
So upon second watch, knowing this was Kendra and going through this, I'm like, she's jealous of her daughter.
She's incredibly jealous of her daughter.
And I have met I've come across parents in my life who've had some level of competition with or been jealous of their kids.
Yes.
I feel like that's never healthy, but you do see it sometimes, okay?
Sure.
This is the malignant version of this.
This is a woman, and eventually she talks about the fact that she was sexually assaulted as a teen. I think she stopped there, and when her kid got to that age, she couldn't handle it.
Right, but she was raped when she was 17. She started this when these kids were 14 or 13.
I know, like here's what's interesting. Like within, the initial messages come, and then we have an 11-month break. When they pick back up, the fact that we get to month 20, month 21, and no one has called the FBI cyber crimes unit.
Thank you. Yep.
That's where I was like, what the well, of course, because let's say Kendra didn't do this, right? Or Kendra's mom. Within a week, I am going to the police. And if the police aren't doing anything for me, I'm going to the FBI. Like, I am going to whoever it takes. Because Todd's like, they can figure this out in about a day, which is what they did when they finally did.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like, this isn't hard to figure out.
So Lauren now says emotionally, they seemed to know where I was all the time and what I was doing. And I was self-conscious about everything I was wearing. Sean says, Sean is Lauren's father. One day Lauren came home and she seemed down. And so she told them about the text. And Mom said, just ignore them, honey. You're beautiful. I want to punch this bitch in the mouth.
I know.
But I will not, because I don't advocate violence. Kendra says, just keep being you. Don't worry about it. Amanda?
Wow.
Meanwhile, message comes in. Owen and I down to suck finger fuck. His dick and fingers my pussy and mouth.
Again, her mother.
Her mother. I want to almost give these messages to my mother and just make her say them. She would die.
My mother couldn't.
No, my mother would not be able to say these words. No,
my mother could not say these words.
No.
I don't think my mother could say the P word. I really don't. I don't think she could say meow.
My mother has just recently started saying fuck around me.
Yeah, my mom doesn't really say
fuck.
Nor my mom. She definitely couldn't say meow.
Ever since, I don't know, around 2016, my mom's been saying fuck a lot more.
It's been more naturally coming from her. I understand.
Yes. So Owen says at this point, he feels like he has to tell his parents. And I have a real problem with how these parents handled this. First of all, you should have gone to the big authorities, the big boys.
Yes.
Second of all, and I don't blame them at first because they went to the school and then they went to the police. Fine. But like when you're not getting answers from there. So let me just run this past you. These kids are getting, Jill says they take Owen's phone every night and they're just gobsmacked by the barrage of messages. They're getting 40 to 50 messages a day. Okay? Why would you not change his phone? I would do it every month if I had to.
Yeah, I'd be like, we're getting a new number every week.
And I was talking to my mom about this, and my mom's like, well, I kind of understand the point that Jill made. Like, they need to catch this person if it's somebody close to them. I said, that does not trump the risk of your child harming themselves. There is nothing more important than your child's mental health and the risk that they will take their own life. And this is priming the pump for suicide right here.
Absolutely.
Like I would change their phone every week, like you said.
Yeah.
If that's what I had to do.
Absolutely.
That was so irresponsible to me that they let these kids have a steady stream of this shit for 2 years.
2 2 years of this. Again, a week and it'd be done.
Yeah, yeah. So the 4 parents decide they're going to go to school and show them what's happening. And Kendra says, God, this bitch. We were hoping for some action, but, I don't think the school did enough to help them. You are the problem.
The call is coming from
inside the house. Jesus Christ. The ball's on her to sit there and say the police didn't do enough when she is the perpetrator.
She didn't want the police to do a lot.
No.
It's so crazy.
So Bill Chillman is the superintendent and Dan Boyer is the principal. And they are like, these messages are wild.
Yeah, they're like, I ain't never seen anything like this before. And principals have seen some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in Beale City. No, I don't know. Now message comes in.
Of Beale City.
You're dressed like a fucking slut. You're trying to get attention. Fuck off. My fucking tits in his face. Fucking make him horny. Make him cream.
Her mother. This is worse than my mother saying he creamed his jeans. I'm just saying.
So Lauren is real into sports, and so she didn't have a ton of friends. And people started to wonder, could Lauren be sending these messages to herself for attention? Which there is a world in which that kind of stuff happens.
It was a valid thing to investigate.
Yeah. So they interviewed Owen and Lauren, the school did, and they're like, these super sleuths, Bill Chillman and Dan Boyer, they asked the kids if they're sending them to themselves, and they said no. And they're like, okay, you're cleared. Jesus.
Super sleuths.
So Jill and Kendra.
Gang over there.
Jill and Kendra grow close, and they obsess over this. Who is terrorizing our children? They say they can't block the numbers. And Dan Boyer is like, get them different phones.
Yeah,
what are you doing? And Jill says, well, we thought about that, but this is evidence. And I wrote, wrong answer, Jill. Wrong answer. Jill is a good mom. She doesn't misstep a lot, but this was the wrong answer.
Yes, it was.
You need to protect, your child is being attacked.
Yes.
You need to protect them at all costs.
And worry about the rest later.
Mm-hmm. So Jill, and I could relate to this, begs the school for a cell phone policy. I went through this with my school. They just let the kids have the cell phones.
Same with ours.
And it was interesting because one of the things that came up a lot when I was working on that school shooting book is parents are against the kids being without their phones because there could be a shooter in the school.
Yeah. And this could be their last lifeline.
And they need to talk to them. Yeah. So that's the part we're not saying here. And I'm sure that's on the mind of every school administrator and faculty member, especially this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Bill Chillman says, well, your phones are like your office. And, okay.
They're teens.
They're like in 7th grade. They don't have an office.
No.
They don't need to do an Excel spreadsheet. And who's doing that on their phone?
They're 7th grade. They don't need an office.
Okay. Another message comes in. Owen wants sex, BJ's, and making out. He don't want your sorry ass. I'm going to a hotel with Owen, and your sorry ass won't be there. Eventually, the texts get to be too much, and Lauren starts to get suspicious of Owen. This is why I don't think Lauren was in on this.
I don't think so either.
I think she's a complete victim. I
think so too. But there was a part where the confession was happening, and if you looked at the look on Lauren's face, it wasn't clear.
Yes, I agree
what was going on.
Yeah. But she breaks up with Owen because she's like, I just can't trust him. I don't know what's going on here because this weirdo is like, his dick is in my mouth right now, girl, as I'm typing this. Poor Owen.
That was graphic.
God.
Poor Owen. Poor Lauren.
So Kendra helped Lauren get through this difficult.
Of course she did. Of course she did.
She's like, I told Lauren that as a person, even if Owen didn't like you, Owen, he wouldn't say these things. Only I would, your mother. The person who's supposed to love you the most in the world.
Right. Only someone who loves you as much as I do would call you a fucking whore. Yeah.
So they break up, but the messages don't stop.
No, of course they don't.
So I feel like this is a good time to bring in something that I read about that I want to talk about because I think it's important to look at the rest of the documentary through this lens.
Okay.
So I was on this really interesting Reddit board about this, and somebody had said, why are they framing this as the high school catfish and not the predator going after Owen? Because, and we see Jill kind of hint at this later.
Yeah.
That this was about Owen. And Kendra had an unnatural, unhealthy obsession with Owen, who was a teen boy.
Right.
And we don't frame it because it's a woman. Imagine how this documentary would have been if that was a father.
Yeah.
Sending graphic sexual things
to their
about
daughter.
A woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
This woman has a weird obsession with Owen.
It would have been sex predator territory.
Yes.
And they don't charge her with that. They don't, like, the way, and I was thinking about this, the way she is talking about a teen boy. Blowing him, doing all these things.
It's like pedophilia.
Isn't that pedophilia?
I would think so.
I'm surprised she wasn't charged with it.
Yeah. Sending sexual material to a minor.
Yes. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I feel like they really undercharged her.
Yeah, they undercharged her and they really downplayed that in the documentary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really think about that, but yes, that's absolutely true.
And the reason that this person was so smart, I don't know who they were, but they were like, it's not about Lauren when Owen gets a completely different girlfriend and she starts going after her.
Yes.
It's not about Lauren.
No, it's about Owen.
It's about Owen.
The mom wanted Owen in some way, shape, or form.
All right, so here's more messages from Mommy, Amanda. He thinks you're ugly. You're trash. We won. You're worthless. Kill yourself now, bitch. His life would be better if you were dead. There are pictures now she's sending her that say we won. And kill yourself. Kill yourself. Owen wants you dead.
Her mother.
Lauren is in a bad mental state, and Sean says, this was really bad.
So.
Sean's like, I was a nervous wreck about this.
Oh, I bet.
And he kind of says later, like, I was trusting Kendra to handle this. Oh, she was handling it.
She was handling it all right.
So the adults are kind of like, this is a suicide risk now. Like, this is serious. And this is a barrage of abuse. There's 50 to sometimes 60 messages a day, but not going to change their phone numbers.
Nope. Why would we do that?
No. Now message comes in from Mom. Messages from Mom. You finish yourself, bitch, before we do. Jill says, now that it's threatening physical violence, we have to get the police involved. Why didn't you get the police involved?
Jill.
Yeah.
Honey, you did a lot right here, and this is one thing you did really wrong. Week 1, you should have been going to the police.
We were counting on you, Jill. You're the only sane adult in this whole experiment here.
Sean seems pretty sane.
Sean seems okay. Who's Jill's father? Dave? He seems good.
He seems good, too.
Yeah. So this has been going on for over a year and a half. No, over a year at this point, before they even call the police.
No.
Officer Maine says, I think I'm going to look for a tight group of students. Good luck, dude. Good luck.
The whole school is tight group because there's 12 of them.
And the school did do some things, like they put cameras all around and tried to timestamp when the messages were coming in so they could look back at the footage and see if anybody was texting and stuff like that. But, I mean, that wasn't going to work.
No, because it was happening from Lauren's living room.
Yes. So he calls Owen. Officer Maine calls Owen and Lauren in periodically and is like, hey, what's up? Don't commit suicide today, please. Or don't die by suicide. Just know that you're beautiful and these messages don't mean anything. Like, okay, great. And I love that message, but I don't know what this is doing to further the investigation.
It's a good message.
It's
not
a good
helping.
message. No. Sean says they started terrorizing Lauren at basketball and Lauren gave up on all of her sports.
Yeah, this poor kid.
At one point, Kendra coached the basketball team. So Jill was like, do you know if any of these girls have beef with Lauren? Like, Jill's over there really being a couch detective. She's trying to solve this.
Jill's the only parent here trying to solve this. Kendra just doesn't seem to give a fuck.
And Kendra looks at the camera with a straight face and says, I was looking and looking like, are there any girls that were jealous or envious of Lauren? What? You are the person doing it.
Right.
I was floored that she participated in this documentary.
It's bonkers.
So And what they could have done, I understand Sky Borgman's thinking around this. She's like, if Kendra doesn't if she's not in the doc, people are going to know immediately it's her.
Yeah.
They should have just had the fathers and not the mothers. And then we would have been like, oh, could it be Owen's mother? Could it be, you know what I mean? So they get a clue from a score that was mentioned in one of the basketball things. It could be Chloe Wilson. She's the one who scored the number that was referenced in the text. Chloe really had a crush on Owen. She's the one who had the Halloween party, and she and Lauren never got along. Or crush on Owen. Yeah. She and Lauren never got along. Owen says Chloe was not a nice person. Okay. And the school says, oh, yeah, well, there have been some reports of Chloe bullying people throughout the years. Here come Craig and Tammy Wilson, Chloe's parents, who are there to say, our sweet little princess has never bullied anyone. It's everybody else's fault. Dad says she was popular and everybody was jealous of her.
Okay. Yeah, the level of like the teenage drama that the parents get involved in is really bonkers.
The thing that I have learned as a parent is kind of not to spit in the wind. I never go into a situation thinking my kid is innocent.
Yeah.
I'm always like, and I will say to my kids quite often, like when they were younger, if we were working through something, like, you need to be completely honest with me because I cannot be blindsided here.
Yes.
So like if you were bullying this person, if you said something you shouldn't have said, I'm just trying to think of scenarios. My kids didn't bully anybody, but I would be like, did you say something that, and sometimes, I did say something.
Yeah.
And you
sometimes
have to
I was
deal
a little
with that.
shit because I was 12.
You have to deal with it.
Yeah. Todd tells his son all the time, like, I can only help you if I know the whole story.
Yep. So they look at a couple girls, mostly Chloe's friends, who all say, Chloe's dad's a cop. I don't think she would do this. Chloe's parents say Owen tried to get Chloe to confess over text, but it turns out it was Jill. Jill says, I was desperate. I really thought it might be Chloe. And I get that.
I get it too.
I
didn't
Jill
think
here.
It was Chloe, but
you could see how it might be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could see how they got there for sure.
She's
and
a girl that likes Owen.
Yep.
She would, you know what I mean?
And I could see as a mom trying to see if I can get her to admit it.
Yeah. And this person is clearly setting Chloe up. Kendra is clearly setting Chloe up. Because
Kendra goes through the whole damn school setting people up.
The minute that Chloe and her family go to Florida, suddenly Kendra is like masking her number to look like Florida. At one point, they suspect Owen's sweet, sweet little cousin, Adriana, who just cries and is like, I'm like a nobody. Yeah. I wouldn't do this.
She's like, I'm a big nerd.
Yes.
I'm just trying to basically stay off the radar so nobody makes fun of me.
Adriana now gets a message. And it says, tell Owen's parents that Lo is a bitch and we need to get rid of her.
Her mother, again, let's just remember.
By spring 2022, Jill says, we were not sleeping. The messages were all day and all night. Still not changing that phone number, though. Just not doing it.
Come on, Jill.
He needs it's like the old New York, like if you have a 212, can't change it.
Can't change it. Same with Philadelphia. If you have a 215,
you're not changing it.
You're not getting rid of it.
Sean says he and Kendra's marriage was started to fall apart. Kendra says, I wasn't home as much as I should have been. Where was she, Amanda?
Not at work.
Not at work. So where was she?
She was like following her kid around and stalking her kid.
Is this like a Don Draper situation when he wasn't working and he was just hiding out in the apartment?
Maybe.
Did she get an apartment somewhere?
I don't understand how she... We're jumping ahead real quick. How did she not have a job for like 2 years and no one noticed?
I don't know. Yeah,
it's weird.
They start struggling financially. They have to move like 4 times. Message from mom. No one ever wants your anorexic flat ass and tits. No dude ever touching that. Meow, you nasty slut. To her daughter.
I wish everybody could just see your face after you read all of these because every time you're like,
I'm flabbergasted. So now we get this scene, and it was heartbreaking, of Jill just crying in the school office, being like, we need to do something. And she tells Officer Maines that she found on Owen's phone that he had said he was feeling suicidal.
Yeah.
And it scared her. Of course he's had a steady barrage of abuse
for years.
For 2 years. So Maine said, I think you're going to need to get him another phone. And Jill says, nope, not good enough. Okay, I understand that. And that is not good enough, but that's a step.
It's one step.
And keep that other phone for evidence and keep going through
Just get another line. It's not that expensive. And then the only people who have your son's phone number are you and your husband. That's it.
Yeah. Because that would be a good way to tell, too.
Yes. Who has the number?
Mm-hmm. So Owen even starts dating someone else in a neighboring town like we talked about, and the messages start going to her mother. So he has to break up with this girl.
God.
Okay. Now we
What's wrong with this woman?
Now we meet the hero of the documentary.
Yes.
Bradley Peter.
The guy from the cyber crimes unit.
He is an FBI agent. He is appalled at two things. Number one, the messages.
Yeah.
But number two, the lack of help these parents got.
There's like 700 pages of these messages at this point.
Amanda, 50 to 60 a day.
For 2 years.
Jesus. Like, why doesn't this woman just play Match Factory?
Right.
Why is this your entertainment?
Hold on here. Let's do this real quick. Hold on. There's advanced math here.
Okay.
I don't want a calendar. I want calculator. Don't want to disturb Leo, heaven forbid.
What advanced math are you doing?
Well, hold on here. Calculator. So let's just go with 50 messages a day, right? So we got 50 times 365.
Mm-hmm.
Right there is 18,000.
Oh my God.
Times 2. 36,000 messages.
Jesus Christ.
That's on the low end of the 50 to 60 a day.
Mm-hmm.
36,000 messages. Wonder how many text messages you and I have sent to each other.
Not 36,000.
No.
Well, maybe over 4 years or however long we've been together.
Yeah, we probably are coming up on that number because we probably do send each other 50 text messages in a day.
Maybe. But ours are important.
Ours are important. We're
ours
talking
are like,
about,
have you seen Jasmine's new hair and stuff like that?
And Match Factory and who killed whom and what's going on with Leo.
Yes. So Brad Peter, he solves this in 2 seconds.
I know. 2 seconds.
He quickly gets a search warrant for the phone masking app.
Mm-hmm.
They give him it's called Pinger. They give him 2 IP addresses. He gets a search warrant for Verizon, finds out which phone numbers are coming through these IP addresses. Then he has all the parents and kids turn over all their contacts to cross-reference what phone numbers match somebody in their phone. And it's Kendra Licari.
Yeah. And it's like a day.
And at first, Amanda, I was like, it's got to be somebody stealing her phone, somebody tapping into her phone.
Cloning her phone, something.
Yes. Didn't you think that?
Yeah, and it's interesting. So my first job out of college was in cell phone fraud detection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I worked for Comcast Metrophone back when they had a cell phone company before they didn't, and now they do again.
It's impressive.
Anyway, yeah, it was interesting because in the late 90s, the mid to late 90s, you could clone cell phones. So there were scanners that you could scan, and you needed 2 pieces of information. You needed the phone number and like the ID of the phone. Mm-hmm. And then you could do a bunch of buttons in and clone these phones. So you could have 20 phones with the same number.
Okay, I got you.
And then like if someone grabbed your number, then all of a sudden you get a $5,000 cell phone bill out of nowhere.
Yeah, I got you.
So that's what we were doing. And because that was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, but you can't do that anymore because it's now so much more locked down.
Well, that's what I thought too. Like clearly this can't be Kendra.
No, because what mother would do this? This one.
So Brad is like,
this is no good.
Everyone is stunned. So they get a search warrant for her electronics and they head over there. This is 22 months after the messages started. She seems cooperative. They roll up on her. Now, this is all body cam.
Yep.
And Maines tells Lauren to skedaddle. Right?
Yes.
She's
smart.
like out. I think she's outside.
Yeah, she's just hanging out outside.
He starts explaining to Kendra how they found her number. And at first she's like, what? No. And I'm like, okay, who is it? Who is it? And then she starts to admit it.
She just
and
confesses
I'm like, what
everything.
is happening right now?
Everything.
she says, it didn't start with me, but then I fed off of it. And then she's like, once this is out, I don't know how she's going to go back to school. Okay. I want to talk about this too. The fact that once Sean got this child under his custody, he did not move this child out of that school district is criminal.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
This kid needs to get the fuck out of Michigan.
Completely fresh start.
Yep.
So now Maines says to Kendra, I'm going to go outside and talk to Lauren. And Kendra says, no, can you bring her in here? This was a mistake on the filmmaker's part. We should not have seen this.
Mm-hmm. I understand why you say that.
I can see both sides. I understand why people think it's important to the narrative, but this is at the
expense of the kid.
Expense of a child. I was not okay with this. And Lauren, God love her. She probably consented to it, but we see like she's not in a good place.
No. She is in a cult of one.
Yeah.
Still.
So he's telling Lauren what's happening and she's straight up dissociating. She's like, picking her toes, like looking at anything. Like she is just.
Imagine having that wash over you, that your mother sent all of these messages, not just sent all of these messages, but sent these messages talking so terribly about you and telling you to kill yourself.
And I don't think like people are like, oh, she didn't seem surprised. People on Reddit. I think she was stunned. I think she didn't understand what was happening. Because they weren't clear.
No.
Like at no point does Maine say, here's what happened. Your mother sent those messages to you.
Right.
He was kind of vaguely talking about it. And I think she was just like, what is happening?
Right. What are we talking about here? What does that mean? What are you saying to me?
So he tells Lauren, I can't leave until I know you and your mom are safe. So why don't you call your dad to come home? Sean comes home. He's furious.
I have to say it's really smart that Maines did that because this would be a prime murder-suicide.
Right. But Maines screws up because Sean comes home. Sean's furious and they leave.
I know.
Like, I'm like, Sean could murder them
in
a fit of rage.
Sean could murder Kendra in a heartbeat.
Yes. So we see him pull up and they also tell him, by the way, she's been unemployed for a year.
Yeah. He's like, what?
Yeah. He has.
Supposedly she has like 3 jobs.
Yeah.
None of which she goes to.
Something at Texas and then something at Ferris, which is a university. So he says, which phone did you take? She has a few of them.
Ding.
And then he goes, should she go to jail? He thought about this the whole drive over. Because don't forget, they're already like estranged.
Right. Things aren't going well anyway.
No. So Maine says, this is felony stalking.
At least. It's got to be more than this.
I think it's more than that. I think it's possession of child sexual assault material.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I agree.
So she is reluctant to tell police where the other phone is. And they're like, we will rip this fucking house apart. We will do it. Try me.
Yeah. Did you see what they did to Michael Peterson's room, Kendra?
Exactly. And she's like, it's over in the bushes. He's like, is that when you were trying to run from us? I missed that.
Yeah.
So Sean is now angry. And he says, tell me right now what happened. Because if I blow a gasket when they leave, I'll probably go to jail. And that's where I'm like, do not leave these people alone. Wait till Kendra's parents get there.
Yeah.
And take her.
Yes. Get Lauren out of this house. Or get Kendra. Get
Kendra out of the house. I don't think Sean would hurt Lauren.
No, I don't think so
I think he would hurt Kendra.
Oh, yeah.
He's angry.
Oh, yeah.
So she says she was let go from both of her jobs. He's like, so you've been lying for a year. The positioning of Lauren directly between them is so symbolic.
It is. It really is.
And she's like looking down the whole time.
Picking her toes.
Yep. Sean says to the cops, she needs to go. Pointing at Kendra. And he says, this is it. Call your parents. Call your parents. Kendra starts crying. No. Lauren starts to cry now. Kendra is comforting Lauren. And I just wrote, he's really trying to get her out of the house. I think he's doing a smart thing here.
I agree.
Like, I think Sean knows I am so angry that I'm capable of hurting this person.
And I have to get this person away from my daughter.
Yeah. Sean says, we're going to need to work this out, but we need space because if either one of us do anything stupid, Lauren, is going to go away. And he's very smart.
He is very smart.
He really handled this well. So then the cops leave. Oh, okay. Sean Robinson, looks like everything's good here. We're going to peace
leave
out
this here. Why didn't they arrest her? That's what I don't understand either.
I don't know.
So bizarre.
So Kendra's sobbing now to the camera. We're in current day. This is confessional. And I wrote, she is Robin Brown crying. She is crying adjacent behavior.
Yeah.
I don't see a lot of tears coming out of her.
Nope.
And she said, you guys are going to think I'm a crazy lady. That was a very emotional day in our house. A day of confusion. A hard day.
Day of confusion.
But at the same time, it was an end. Lauren says, I think the shock feeling turned into sad, which turned into mad, which turned into crazy. I mean, why would my mom do this? But did she do this? Yes, she did.
She did, but I can completely see Lauren having to be like, this can't be real.
I know. Sean says, I cannot believe she would do this to her own daughter who she's supposed to love. She stabbed me in the heart and it makes me sick. Jill, Owen's mom, says, I will never be able to get that feeling out of me when I found out. The disgust, the betrayal. This is somebody I brought into our lives. And Owen concurs. He's like, how could a mother do this?
Yeah, very valid question. How does a mother do this?
Okay, Amanda. Now we get Miss Kendra.
Is that
Amanda,
like Miss Kim?
Everybody makes mistakes.
Of course.
I mean, you just don't know my whole story. Everybody hates me, sure, but let me tell you something. Everybody breaks the law. I mean, I'm sure there are people driving drunk right now, and they just don't get caught. But if they did, they'd be in the same boat as me. No. Timmy driving home from Boyarski's a mile down the road, maybe when he had one or two many beers than he should have, is not the same as and I'm not saying he did that, I'm just saying as reference, is not the same as cyber stalking two teenagers for 2 years.
Right. And saying some of the most abhorrent things to these children that anybody could even come up with. Not the same, girl.
Not the same.
Not the same. Go to book club, have one too many glasses of wine and get pulled over.
Yeah.
The same.
Not the same. And of course we get the everybody hates me and they don't know my whole story.
Of course. Okay.
So then they bring her cousin in to hate on her a little bit. Cousin Melissa. And she says, Kendra really likes attention. She says, even if you were talking to me right now and she was here, she'd be off doing something on the side to get your attention away from me. Thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But she does say, like, she is a good person. So she's acknowledging that, like, there's these two sides to Kendra.
There's a mental illness here.
Yeah, 100%.
There's a mental illness here. Being mentally ill doesn't make you a bad person.
Right. Yeah. But being mentally ill also doesn't give you a license to abuse your child.
Absolutely, it does not.
Yep. So Sean agrees that she seemed like a good mother and they had a good life. He's at a loss, this dude.
He doesn't even know what to think and how to process this.
Kendra claims again that she did not send the Halloween texts. She sent them later. Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. In my mind, I'm like, oh, okay. So Kendra says to the camera, in my mind, I'm like, what do I do as a parent? Should I have shut her cell phone down? But why put her through that when I could start sending her disgusting text messages with the hopes that, okay, so here's what she's saying. Get ready. Buckle in for this fucked up logic. So here's what she's saying. She's like, why would I put her through the anguish of having to change her cell phone number? What I wanted to do was send them these messages so that maybe they would send back like, oh, hey, is that you, Chloe? And give me a hint as to who it was. So basically I wrote here, I will catch the murderer by murdering some innocent people and seeing if they scream out the murderer's name as they die. That's how I'm going to catch that murderer.
Yeah, basically.
She had to get to the bottom of this, Amanda. She just had to.
She had to. So
dude,
bonkers.
You're doing it.
The cognitive dissonance of this woman is insane.
So she says, it just kept going. It was a spiral, and I don't think I knew how to stop. This is the most honest thing she has said.
I agree. I think once it started and she got into the role of it, she couldn't get herself out.
Cousin Melissa says, we even noticed a difference in Kendra. Like, she started to slink away from her friends, and she was kind of, going inward. Lauren is like, maybe my mom did start it, but maybe she didn't. Officer Maines is like, it was Kendra the whole time, 100%. So she'd not been employed for a very long time. I wrote, where was she? What was she doing? Like, we don't have answers to that. Now Kendra says, Amanda, I was insecure and bullied.
So was I.
And I was projecting that on my daughter. And the producer goes, were you sending those messages to yourself in a way? Yeah. That's
exactly what she was doing.
Were you scared of Lauren hurting herself? No, she had me to support her.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
okay. Oh my God.
Okay. All right. Okay. One more page. We're wrapping up here. Cousin Melissa is like, why was she talking about BJs and stuff? These kids were 14.
Yeah.
Bill Chillman thinks, this is what you were alluding to earlier, that this could have been a cyber Munchausen case, that she needed her daughter to need her.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think it's narcissistic?
I think it's a couple of things.
What is that? Narcissistic
personality disorder.
Personality disorder.
I mean, we have a cluster B personality disorder here of some sort. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's just one.
Yeah.
There's histrionic, which could very well be it, wanting all the attention. There's borderline personality disorder. There's narcissistic personality disorder. I said to Todd, I'm like, it almost feels like she has multiple personalities or, identity dissociated disorder. And Todd's like, no, that's too easy. And it is too easy. But it almost felt like she was two people.
You know who it reminds me of in a weird way? She reminds me a little bit of Sherry Papini.
Yes, I can see that.
I can't articulate why, but there's
some of her affect.
There's some
in talking about it. The affect is very similar.
Yeah, and Sherry Papini, like the queen of denial.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just, I don't know. It's interesting.
But the fact that Kendra was like, my daughter will be fine through this. As she's watching her daughter shut down, give up her friends, her boyfriend, her school activities. This kid is shutting down.
At one point, Brad, the FBI agent, he's like, they're very lucky nobody died by suicide here.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because this is, like I said, priming the pump for that.
I mean, I've talked about it. I was horrifically bullied in middle school, and the only thing that saved me is I was able to come home and get away from it.
Yes. Imagine if it was in your face 24/7.
24/7.
So cousin Melissa says that Kendra was super manipulative. She controlled the finances, and she was doing a bunch of shady shit, maybe possible insurance fraud. They got evicted, and Sean says she finally told me she wasn't paying the bills. They lost all their storage units. He lost everything he had. When was this, and why didn't you do something about it then? Like, why weren't you like,
where's our money?
Yeah, this is why I'm confused.
I didn't know if this was after this all came out or
I don't
before.
think so. I think it was before.
I think it might have been
remember
before
they said
too.
They moved 4 times?
Yeah.
I don't know. Kendra says that's not true. I handled more of the finances than he did, but we were both aware of what was going on. That might be the only truthful thing she says too.
Yeah.
The judge bans Kendra from having contact with Lauren, and the prosecutor says we needed to get Lauren out from under the control of her mother.
Mm-hmm.
She's pled guilty to 2 counts of stalking a minor.
This is so undercharged to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense.
Where is like the people who charged Karen Reed? Where are those people? We need them here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So she's sentenced to 19 months.
That's it.
Kendra cries and apologizes in court and says, I have a mental illness and I've been in crisis for years. Lauren just wants to have a relationship with her mother. Look, she is a kid. Of course she wants to be with her parent. The the damage that Kendra has done to this woman. And again, I always say this, having a child in your charge to raise and care for is a privilege.
Yes.
I don't care how that kid comes to you. It could be a niece, it could whatever.
Yep.
It is a privilege and such a delicate, delicate thing. And to think that she has destroyed her.
Yeah. It's horrific.
It's horrific. Jill says, so here's where Jill says, I think Kendra was into Owen. She said, I think she wanted what her daughter had. Owen says, it did feel like she was attracted to me, like she would fawn all over me. And it was more than just a mother being nice. She would even cut my cut my food for me.
What?
Jill said Kendra really fawned over Owen. She would text him. She came to all his games even after Lauren and Owen broke up. And I wrote, this is the theory. And I will have you note, and this is not my original thought. I have to give credit to somebody on Reddit who pointed this out, but I went back and looked. As they're talking about this, as Jill's describing Kendra's possible interest in Owen, they're showing current day pictures of Owen. No, show him when he was 15.
15, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what she was doing.
Right, because now he's like 19 or 20. Not the same.
I'm telling you, if this was a man doing this would be totally different.
She was stalking a 14-year-old child.
Yeah. Lauren says, my mother told me to kill myself. It does make me a little sad. Like, why would my mom tell me to do that? This kid is gonna grow up and hate her mother. She doesn't yet.
But she's going to. Yeah.
She will. They've been emailing back and forth. And at one point, we see an email and Kendra writes, I'm mad at you for not saying I love you. Ha ha ha. I forgive you.
What?
Kendra is out now, but she can't see Lauren. She says she's so disappointed in herself, Amanda. This is not who she is as a person. It's not.
No, of course not. Except you did it for 2 years.
Then she starts saying, like, I always wanted a baby and there's no greater love than when they put that baby in your arms. Yes, and you fucking betrayed that.
You destroyed that woman.
You were handed an innocent child and you destroyed her.
Yes.
This woman should be in jail for the rest of her life, in my opinion.
Yes, and should have
very
no
much
contact
like,
with her daughter ever again.
Very much like, what's her name? Frankie.
Ruby Frankie.
She is never going to stop.
No.
She will just do this again.
She's going to do it. She's going to do something very similar again because she needs the attention.
Yeah. It kind of had a Ruby Frankie feel to it.
Kind of did. Mine is the physical abuse.
Right.
Yeah.
So she now says when Lauren got older, some trauma started to resurface and she didn't know how to handle it. And as her daughter was hitting that age, she got scared. And I think that led me to not knowing how to handle things. And I want to try to control the outcome of her drink. You were jealous of your daughter.
You were jealous.
Period. Full stop.
Yeah. And your daughter was getting to have a normal childhood, which you didn't get to have. And I'm sorry for her. Like, that's terrible what happened to Kendra.
Sure.
But then go get a therapist.
I wanted to keep her safe and close. Owen and Lauren do not speak. Owen seems to be really mad at Lauren.
Yeah.
I think because she sides with their mother.
Yeah. And I understand why he would feel that way. What this kid has gone through is so insane. What Lauren's gone through, but what Owen has gone through is so insane.
Yeah.
And to know that this older woman, this mother figure to you, was so obsessed with you.
Talking about sucking your dick. Again, a child.
Yeah.
Chloe's mother not holding back. She's like, fuck Mike Maines. Chloe's dad says, Kendra was weird. And I sent a text to Mike Maines shortly after we talked to him. And I said, Kendra is probably the one doing this. You want to look into her. And Chloe's mom believes that Lauren and Sean are in on this. I do not believe Lauren is in on this.
Yeah, I don't believe Sean's in on it.
I'm 90% sure that Sean is not in on it, but there is a 10% where maybe.
It's
I don't
smaller
think so,
for me,
though.
but I don't think so. I think this was Kendra alone.
But Lauren is a fucking victim here. Let's not mince words. She is a victim, and Chloe's mother's an asshole.
Yes. Yeah.
Those two things are right.
Yeah. Those two things are right.
I never say I'm right, but those two things are right.
You're right. Yes.
So, because that's the last fucking thing this kid needs right now. She's trying to go back to school, trying to live a normal life. And you have somebody's mother saying that you were in on this.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So Lauren says she and her father have gotten very close, and we see this nice scene of them at the end, and Sean is telling her how much he loves her, and they're hugging, and they've got guns, and they're going duck hunting. I don't know what they're doing. But she hopes she
whatever you do in Beale City, they're going to do.
We're not sure.
There's not a lot going on
there. She hopes she can eventually see her mom when she gets out. Okay, I have to talk about this, because kudos to Sky Borgman or whatever. Because as Kendra's talking, they're putting the messages up.
Mm-hmm.
So Kendra's going... Lauren goes, I hope I can eventually see my mom, like once she gets the help she needs. Fuck off, you nasty ass skank whore. And then Kendra goes, we just have such a nice bond. I love my daughter. Kill yourself, you nasty ass whore.
It was brilliant.
I was glad they did that.
I was glad they did that too.
Mm-hmm. And then the black screen of death at the end says Lauren is planning to attend college and study criminology. There you have it.
Wow. You didn't mention it. There was a point when it starts coming out that it's Kendra and she's talking about how it started and she's like, didn't you like, she's like, well, I mean, they didn't have the greatest relationship. I don't like, she was real kind of cagey about Lauren and Owen's relationship and how she didn't like the relationship because she didn't trust him or she didn't think he was a good kid.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
There was so much here. And again, I'm glad that I looked at it through the lens of it being like child predator, because I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't talk enough about that in it. That is one big miss of the documentary, is really delving into the predatory nature of the things she was saying about a child, about Owen. Yeah. I mean, never mind her own kid, but like talking about committing sexual acts on Owen.
Yes. And
he was 15, 16 years old.
They didn't make this super clear, but I'm pretty sure it was in a group text.
Yes.
So Owen was getting these messages as well.
Yes.
Talking about sucking his dick. Fingers in her meow.
And he's probably like, who the fuck is this person?
Yeah. I've had to say the most disgusting phrases in this episode.
You really have.
I'm still
glad you still went with meow.
Yeah, well, I didn't the first time. I said the P word.
That's okay. Well, you had to do it. It was
just
journalistic reporting.
So this is solved. We know Kendra is an asshole.
This is so crazy.
I'm giving this documentary 4 out of 5 Dursts.
Okay.
I thought it was the appropriate length.
Yes.
I thought it had a great twist.
Yes.
And I thought that while I have some issues with the rhetorical framing of it, I thought it was well done.
I agree.
And I thought that if you're going to look at, does the documentary fall for Kendra's bullshit, I'm going to say no.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't. And I'm glad.
Yeah. And pro tip, if your kid is getting a ridiculous number of harassing messages, change their number.
Change it every week if
that's what you have to do. And only have you and your husband have that number. Full stop.
Yeah, get them like a burner phone. You know what I mean? That just, I don't know. All right, Amanda, we did it.
We solved it.
We got to the end.
This
All
is
right,
crazy.
guys. Thank you so much for listening to Murder, She Watched. I think what we have coming up next for you on Wednesday is Becca and I are going to talk yogurt shop murders.
Yay. Okay.
That is...
I couldn't get through the documentary, but I look forward to your conversation about it.
It was too long, of course.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, too long.
Too long.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you want to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or Apple subscriptions, where you get Becca and I doing the staircase.
Yep. So good.
And a lot more stuff coming up, some deep dives and stuff like that. And leave us a 5-star review.
Yes. Does Michael Peterson have anything to say about this?
You know, Amanda, like... I just don't understand how people are mistreating their children. I mean, I am such a good father. You know that. I mean, I am Michael Peterson. I mean, my children, Todd and Clayton and Martha or Margaret, I mean, they just love me so much because I've never done wrong. Did I kill their mothers? Maybe. But, they are just delightful children because they're my offspring. All 4 of them, even though it's not proven.
Did you have an affair with someone named Soldier Top by any chance?
Soldier Top is a good guy. I mean, he's just a fun time, and I really love him. But we're not talking anymore.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. I could do Michael Pearson forever.
I know, it's the best.
Yes. I don't know know if it's the best, but
To
it's
me it
fun to do.
Yes.
Let me put it that way. And if you want to hear Amanda and I talk about reality trash TV, we got Sister Wives, we got 90 Day Fiance, we've got you covered. Plathville, we've got you covered over on Little Miss Recap. So please head over there. All right. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Amy.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.